everyone. I'm producing this video discussing, the possibility of the dollar weakening in the long term. I put these trend lines here, and I'm going to be specifically explaining three major currency pairs that kind of explain why I see the dollar in a long-term weakening. In the previous video I predicted a downward trend, but evidently the opposite actually occurred. After a period of fluctuation, we immediately saw the second and third waves. So now we're currently in a market where we're seeing like a lot of sideways movement. We see here the dollar, the Japanese yen is on a tear, and then we see the Canadian dollar's sideways movement, but still kind of doing well against the dollar. So at this moment, the market is in a corrective wave potentially. Corrective wave in a sense where we're going to see kind of things back to normalization, where the dollar doesn't spike above this resistance area. We'll see pretty normalized market sentiment. So we're this indication, we're waiting for it to fully consolidate. The next upward wave will come, and this indication is of the fifth wave. Now let's turn to the second currency pair. So we got this currency pair, the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we see an upward trend like going insane if we look at it on the daily time frame. Long term, the weekly, like we haven't seen the Japanese yen tested against the dollar like this for a while. Since when was it last time? And normally people flee to the Japanese yen when there's some type of sentiment and people are kind of scared. And the last time we saw this happen was in the 90s. Before that, I guess I have a mistake. Yeah, so last time we saw that was around here in the 80s when it was going through a depression time, and then boom, now we're back into Japanese. Like, that would be insane if we see it go above 150. This is a big test. We haven't seen it even go to 150 ever, and this is Japanese yen. People are running right now and leaving the yen, which is showing the dollar dominance still. To be honest, the dollar is still showing a very high and dominant moment. But I personally believe this is going to be the start of the weakness for the dollar. I think we don't see the dollar. If we see the dollar pass this resistance right over here at 107 and create support at 107, then we can see probably the yen lose more value, and then the euro itself too would go down back to the euro dollar parity that we saw back in 2022 summer. Right here, we saw the euro dollar parity happen, and maybe that might occur again if the dollar goes above this resistance. I don't believe it will. I personally believe we're gonna see it fail this and then go as low as potentially here, which is at $80, and then we'll see the Japanese yen go back to rates pricing around 110, 100 to 110 range. So I think a short here isn't a bad idea. Like I said, this is nothing I'm saying is financial advice. This is all analysis. My last prediction was not correct on what was going to be taking place. I thought the dollar potentially was going to go down. I've been having that bet for a while. I thought the dollar over here was just not gonna bounce back. So you just gotta take everything I say with a grain of salt, and even like the Swiss franc here, I was predicting that it was gonna go back up to $1 against the dollar, because I thought the dollar was gonna lose value. A lot of this Forex trading depends on what the dollar does. right? If the dollar is showing signs of weakness, we want to kind of go short here. We want to go short. We want to think that people are going to start putting money back into the yen. We want to go we want to go long here into the Canadian dollar, right? And we're going to go long here as well. The euro would go back to 120, and then the pound itself would go up higher as well. So you got to really be, you see here, the Australian dollar. Let's bring it up. And then also other, other things too go up when the dollar goes down. Risk on assets normally do. So, we'll take it all with the grain of salt. The pound right here, it's just been on a downward trend from forever, but it could bounce. This is long time support areas at one. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't go that low. That means if it goes that low, that means the dollar's killing it. So we'll have to wait and see, and we'll have to wait and see. In summary, these three currency pairs, but this all in general, are currently just waiting to see what the dollar does. That's what a lot of these folks are doing. Think if we're in a low interest rate environment, the dollar will go down, and we might be headed towards that. We might be headed towards a low interest rate environment, and that could be a sign of normalization for all these currency pairs. The specific degree of correction will depend on the market trend, and we need to closely observe and carry out the next step of analysis and prediction. Just keep an eye on it. There's no need to follow it on a daily basis. I think during the week it's good to follow, but the weekends, have a good time, enjoy. Don't get too lost in the sauce. Please remember, this video only represents personal trading experience and sharing, and investing and carries a lot of risk, and I'm not telling you guys to follow me. I'm just saying this is my analysis, what I see in the current marketplace. And so enter the market with your own caution and being sure that you can have good risk management. I thank you all for watching, and we will continue to explore next time. Until then, have a good time, and good luck with trading. Peace.